See, that's really good that you found this out. I don't need to have to go through all that nonsense then.
Yes.
I just have to let them know.
Most all these people are doing. They're wanting out of the public, yet they're going right back into the public.
Anytime you register. Okay.
Yes.
So just basically like you already done is give them notice and have proof that you sent the letter to them. I'm going to register the letter so I have proof of service.
You don't even need to do that. Okay?
You don't? Okay.
No. You just have to basically be able to do an affidavit that basically it was delivered. Okay?
Oh, then I could have my friend to do that.
Yes.
I always look for a witness. I always figured a witness is your best way. So we could witness each other's documents that's being sent.
Whatever you want to do, okay? You can even do it yourself. Now, you come in, and basically now you come in under an affidavit. I delivered this, and basically now they have to disprove that.
They have
to call you a liar, okay? And they can't.
Especially if you got two or more witnesses.
Yeah. Now let's get off of this subject, okay? I've got something else to go on to.
You cleared up a lot of stuff, so just say what you did, how you said it.
Yeah, Patrick, I'm going to mute everybody out because we're getting a lot of background noise.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back on here, Tom.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. After going through the discussion last night and then thinking about it a little more, and I was addressing the 1099 OID last night out there, and I was stating that we were an American trader, international trader / banker, and we're also a barterer. Well,
Patrick, Tom, start the recording.
Yes, I did.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, that got me to thinking about the 1099B form that we hadn't been able to figure out how to utilize in our benefit yet, okay? And we know that we were told in the school to learn our ABCs. That was not referring to the alphabet, okay? They wanted to have us learn the alphabet, they would have said, learn the alphabet. The ABCs are not the alphabet. Now you got to do it again. Yep.
Please mute yourself so we don't hear your background conversations. Sorry, Patrick. Go ahead.
Okay. So we had to learn the ABCs, and basically the ABCs that we had to learn are the 1099A, the 1099B, and the 1099C. And basically that would have taken care of most of the items that we have out here. But since we are operating in a monetary system that is a debt-based monetary system, we have to have an offset in the process out here to convert what our labor goes out of our back pocket to pay for things and to recover that back. And that is done with the 1099 OID. So the four forms that I'm going to cover tonight are the 1099A, the 1099B, the 1099C, and the 1099 OID. Now, you are an American citizen, and I posted this document up using the 1099A or 1099s as a private American banker. You are an American citizen per treaty laws, the Declaration of Independence, and the Articles of Confederation. You are not a United States citizen dealing with the Constitution or the 14th Amendment postal government. And see, it was the postal government that was set up in 1871. under a new charter out there in 1871 being registered in England. And that was a secondary, but it was a postal government, a dead government. And basically that's what they tried to do back in the turn of the 18th century there, and that's why the book Devil and Daniel Webster was written in 1820, addressing what they were trying to do. Well, they accomplished it in 1871 when they brought the postal system in, and that was the dead money system. The dead money system did not start with the Federal Reserve banking system. It was already in place using the postal savings system in 1871 of usury, using the assets of the people that were on deposit at the post office in savings accounts. And those savings accounts stayed on the books until 1966 when they were all pulled off, because at that point in time, most everybody in the country was under a Social Security account number to put you into the postal dead money system. Now, you are a sovereign out here, or you are a banker, an independent private banker, based upon the Declaration of Independence, being an independent, and then by the Articles of Confederation, that basically the people are basically the shareholders of the country. If you know how to look in these documents and read between the lines, you will start to understand what is going on. Now, the age, basically, that we were supposed to be declared fully free was the age of 25. We were not supposed to be under any bondage. Well, we are not under any bondage. We are the insured or the indemnified by our fictional person who is the indemnifier. But there's two sets of books. There's the postal book for the postal monetary system, and then there is the de jure living book in the banking system. You have to be able to get the money moved from the insurer over to the indemnified, your fictional person, so that then he can process it over to you in the living world. He's in the grave. Okay? So that is what this countersigning and the banker's acceptance is being done to bring that about in the private. Now you have to get at least an estate EIN. If you get the estate EIN, then you are an estate banker over your dead fiction person. That would be the EIN you would use then on your American International Bill of Exchange. Would be the estate EIN, and then you would be basically the executive officer, the executor over that estate. And you would fill out the Form 56 and the 56F appropriately. And you would make yourself the executor officer, and then the contact person would be your name. You basically address only the office out there. And who is the fiduciary? And then you put your contact name over to the side. I think I've got examples of those up on the site. and then that goes into Post Office Box 934, Stop 1005 in Austin, Texas at 78767. That's where the Form 56F has to go. You also should send a copy to your local AIQ office. You could call up the local IRS office in your state capital or whatever and find out that address, and then for the AIQ office, and send a copy of that Form 56F to them. Now, there's a reason possibly why we need to send it to that AIQ office, that Form 56F. And I'll get into that in a little bit here. Now, we're going to go next to the 1099 A form, and I think I just left off the A on that one. Okay. On the document that I posted up today. Okay. To acquire banking funds from the U.S. Treasury, the United States Treasury. Okay, you have to do a American Banker's Bill of Exchange, and then you have your chief cashier banker acceptance on there as a banker's acceptance document. You also do a private bank/court voucher/warrant document, that 1778 AV document that I have posted up there. And you can modify these for your benefit once you understand what you're doing, okay? You could either use the templates that are up there or modify them, but basically you better understand what you're doing. And they're not that hard to understand. But you need to talk to yourself in the mirror or something to basically get yourself to where you are able to rattle this stuff off to anybody that questions you. Because that way you stand with authority. Not that you're trying to guess at something, but basically that you know something. You do the 1099A, you would send a copy of that, along with a copy of the Form 56F, and you send that either into the Treasurer of the United States or go to your local federal discount window, and possibly we take it to the AIQ office and have them process it to the local federal discount window, because basically they are acting as a fiduciary agent anyway for the Treasury. But when you do this, you always make a copy for your records. Scan a copy into your computer, so you've got a copy there somewhere for your records, your private records. Then you send the red copy of the 1099A along with the 1096 form to the IRS backdoor to Austin, Texas at 73301-00110. And that's the back door into the IRS. That's in the private side. Now that's pretty much, and you can do this for getting a, and by going to the Federal Reserve or the Federal Discount window, and basically there's Treasury agents in the Federal Reserve Bank monitoring the de jure transactions too. You could also take this bill of exchange along with the 1099-A, B copy, and deposit it into your local bank. You have to do your banker's acceptance first. Then they have to accept it. Once if you have an account there and you deposit it in, they have to take that. Okay, because it's a valid and lawful document. We were missing the banker's acceptance when we were doing this thing before, going through the local banks. And then the local bank can turn around and take that banker's acceptance and basically turn around and do their voucher or warrant and submit it into the federal discount window and get the funds to back up your deposit. Which they have to have there when you have done this. So if they normally have $10,000 cash there at that bank, and you come in with this bill of exchange and banker's acceptance document for $100,000, now they've got to have $110,000 in lawful cash on hand. See, you're the du jour bank. You've got to start understand banking laws out here. How to be a banker. Okay? Now that's to get funds. That's for the 1099-A. Next, we're going to go to the 1099-B. The 1099-B is to make a barter transaction, a brokered or barter transaction, where you're bartering every time you go in and make a sale. That basically, in America here, it's pretty much a one-sided bartering system. People are too scared to go in there and ask for a discount. I've seen people come into a grocery store there and basically get with the manager and say, I've got $1,000 and I want to spend it today. What break am I going to get? And basically, because I want to buy in case lots. So that means they don't have to stock it on the shelf. You can go into the back room and buy it by bulk in the cases that are unopened already. That's how you stock up. So you turn around, you come in, and you do a bill of exchange, and you do your chief cashier's banker's acceptance document. You do a 1099-B, and you give the B copy to them, to who you are bartering or trading with. So that now you've bartered your instrument over to them. The form, basically, on the 1099-B is not that hard to look at when you're looking at it from that aspect. You're only going to fill out a couple blanks on that form. The taxes withheld, and then basically the barter value and the dates. Everything else is basically for naught, just like the OID. There's only about 2 or 3 lines that we're going to utilize on the OID. Okay? And then you turn around and you send, give that to the store owner, okay? And then you send to the IRS backdoor the red copy of the 1099-B, the 1096 form, and send it down to Austin, that same address again, Austin, Texas, because you are a foreigner or an international operative out here. You're foreign to this 14th Amendment state government that is running the postal IRS system. And then the next one is the 1099-C, to do set-offs and cancel a bill. And basically, on this one, you just do a countersigning and acceptance, banker's acceptance, on the back of the bill that they sent you, which is a bill of exchange. You flip it over and you do your countersigning and acceptance by your cashier, your banker's cashier. You give them the 1099-C B copy and give it back to them. You turn around and do the A copy and the 1096 and send it to the IRS. Now, the countersigning, when you do this, you're setting it off, in most all cases, the foundational account is your Social Security account. Then from there, you either have the title to the vehicle, the driver's license, insurance policy, the voter registration insurance policy, what the hell is the other? Driver's license, marriage license, a bunch of these different insurance policies. And see, you have an indemnified person there, and you are the indemnified. So you have to think about this a little and then make the appropriate changes. Now, like on a property tax bill, and you only have to pay taxes on services rendered. That is in the law. So basically, if you don't have any children, or all your children are grown, you owe no school taxes. You're not getting any service from them. And in most states, the school taxes are more than all the rest of the taxes. That used to piss me off when I bought my first house back in New York in 76. I was paying $800 in school taxes and only $600 in all the rest of the services. And I didn't have any kids. And I said, wait a minute, something's wrong here. But I didn't see it at that point in time. Now I can fully see it. And on that case, then when you do your countersigning, you have the right to do a countermand and a counterclaim at the same time. And you would claim that back, and then to claim that back, you're going to basically claim it either back by a 1099-A, or you can do, if it's already been paid, when you basically sign this over, then you can turn around and do a 1099 OID and claim that back for the 1099 OID. Then that way it forces them to make that school tax payment not to the state, but now to the federal treasury. The IRS will come down upon them to retrieve that. And then we can start getting rid of a bunch of these school administrators out here, because in some cases, there's a hell of a lot more school administrators than there are teachers out there. and only half the teachers are worth a damn. Okay, so on that one, then you turn around, you run a copy. That for the mortgage, you only are doing the set-off or the countersigning for what is left on that contract, not for what you paid out of your back pocket. For what you paid out of your back pocket in principal and interest, you're going to claim that back using the 1099 OID. Now, see, using the 1099-C, you're not claiming anything back on a 1041. To use the 1099-B, you're not needing to, you're not going to put that down on a 1099 or a 1040 or 1041 form. On the 1099-A, there's no tax involved with the 1099-A because it's just a transfer of funds. So there again, those three do not go on a 1099-A or a 1040 or a 1041 form. They're a wash. Now, the recipient, okay, on the 1099-C and on the 1099-B is going to be identified that they received that much and they're still in the public world. So they owe taxes. And they have to figure out how to get around the system. But that's not our concern. Now we come to the 1099 OID that I tried to cover somewhat last night. And that is to obtain your indemnified return of what was taken from you in your back pocket, your labor. You were supposed to be accruing your labor assets out there, either in the form of a stockpile or basically in accumulation of other items, okay, that you had gone out and made settlement with, purchases. And so you, like for receipts, say you've got Walmart, you take a list of all the receipts from Walmart, you have to look at those receipts. There's probably 20 cash registers in Walmart. Each cash register has a special number on the receipt. So you separate those receipts per the cash register number. The store also has a special number. So on your invoice, you're coming in and you're going to be making up an invoice for each cash register, the amount for that cash register, and then the total amount for that store. Then you do a 1099-C and the B copy. So you put a copy of that list or invoice that you have of receipts, and you send the 1099-C B copy back to the corporate headquarters. Or that's 1099 OID. I'm sorry, I've got that wrong on the form. Okay. So it's the 1099 OID B copy you send back to the corporate office, and now you have identified that they have to pay the taxes. See, right now, we haven't identified them to the IRS. That is who we have to identify. we've got to stop trying to say that we are the taxpayer. No, they are the taxpayer that has to pay the taxes. Then you send a copy of a copy of the 1099 OID along with the 1096, and you also make up one of your private bank/court voucher/warrants. Okay? And then you send that into Austin, Texas. And on the warrant, you're going to have that down that basically this is required to be a 3-day settlement. Now, you've got everything done right. You've got the right voucher. You don't do a 1040 or a 1041-V voucher and make the payment to the Department of Treasury. No, this payment needs to go to you. You're not the Department of the Treasury. It's taxes that have been withheld from you. So you're the one that's putting the warrant in as the banker, as the private banker. That's the office that we were supposed to claim all along, was the office of banker, private banker. Because we are also out here, we are the court of equity. And we're the only real banker out here. These other guys are operating with debt money, the vampire banks. Okay, I'm going to stop here and basically, if there's any questions on any of this, start asking, and I'll see what I can come up with an answer for you.
I have a quick one, Patrick. I just in taking my notes, I wasn't quick enough. On the 1099A, Step 5, we send it to the treasurer, the local federal discount window, or deposit it in our bank account, right?
Or basically you can check out and see about going to the AIQ office.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got to ask the questions, like I told you earlier there, and you said you're going to go try and ask the bank where that federal discount window is.
Yes.
Okay? And see, it's been addressed in all these different, a lot of these different movies out here. The Brinks trucks always go and pick up the money and then take it out to the local bank. Well, you're a local bank. So you basically put a request in to the federal discount window to send some money out. And if you make it big enough, they'll send it out by the Brinks truck.
So someone has their mic on very loud. We can hear every breath you're taking, every piece of paper you're moving, every time you scratch something. Could you please *6 yourself off? Thank you. Any more questions, guys? Patrick's given us some pretty detailed information here on how to use this, so I'm sure we have questions on it. I guess it was very, very clear, Patrick.
They're right, or else they can't star and unmute.
Well, that's possible, but I think they know how to do that. I myself.
Well, I don't know. I had a problem one night there, and I couldn't get back on. Okay.
Yeah, and so did I.
Yeah, so anybody's got a question, *6 and ask your question. If not, call back in and then ask your question.
Yeah, this is Steve. I got a question.
Yeah.
On the bill of exchange to the bankrupt court example, you said the draft number is assigned by the factor, and this is a private number. I was just wondering why the number was so long, or is that a registered mail number, or you said not to use a registered mail?
Okay, which one are you looking at? Are you looking at the latest one?
The bill of exchange bankrupt court example. I haven't seen the latest one.
Banker's acceptance. Okay, it's the banker's acceptance one that you need to look at that I basically just posted up yesterday, I posted it up there today. That's the one you need to look at, okay?
Bill of exchange banker's acceptance, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just take a look at it.
BEO and banker's acceptance - master. What the hell do they have?
Blank
Master.
one or something.
Yeah.
Blank one, yeah. Okay, I'll check it out, Patrick.
Yeah, and basically the private tracking number, no, we don't need to use that certified mail number anymore, okay? That's what I had before. You can make up your own private tracking number. Everything has to be in the private out here.
Right.
If we want to be classified as a private banker.
Okay. I'm muting.
Okay.
Any more people were doing mortgages? You understand what we need to do now?
Yeah, Patrick, I did work on my mortgage, and I have it all ready to mail out tomorrow. I had a question about the countermands and counterclaims on the signing on the back. I tailored mine to fit my mortgage, but I had a question on the one that you put up about the bond value. I know that's for whatever you were doing.
Well, basically what I had there, you have to put down, and basically the source item is the Social Security bond number, okay? The Social Security number.
Okay.
And then you have the next one would be, for your case, would be the mortgage insured bond number, which would be the mortgage number.
Okay.
And then you would do a 1099-C appropriately for both going against the Social Security and against that mortgage number to cancel that amount of debt that's attached to that instrument. Okay, so you're the private banker up there, and that's what you've got to address yourself as. Yeah, you can be the cashier in the name, and then that you're operating for the bank, and then you have your bank routing number, which is your zip code, and your 4-digit box number, and then you're either going to be coming in under your EIN, a state EIN, or your foreign grantor trust EIN as the bank employee and basically as the bank authority.
Mm-hmm.
And now what I have on that document, okay, about the extra money there is that basically I will go, and I had to remodify that I will go and submit a 1099 OID to, and see this I had set up for a traffic ticket,
mm-hmm.
and there was an appearance bond. Well, basically, when you undersigned on the front of that traffic ticket, you basically made a payment of that appearance bond. So now you can OID that back to claim that appearance bond. but that's how you get that appearance upon back is by the OID.
Okay.
Now, if you've done any other payments on that ticket out of your back pocket, you would have to also OID those funds too against that traffic ticket. So you can put them all on one claim.
So
As you're good enough, if you're good enough, you can put them all against the court case. And if you got 5 traffic tickets and they're all under the same court case, basically that's what I'm going to do to consolidate them, because I haven't got that many 1099 OIDs for 2013. I ordered 30 of them, and they only sent me 10.
Someone on the chat group said that you can take the 2013s and change the date to 2014, and he's done that many times. So I don't know whether that he had success doing that. He didn't respond to that.
Oh, and I also found out today that the library has the master copy for the OIDs, and that you can print them off. They charge you 10 cents a page.
Any city
yeah,
library?
But you need to have the red copy. Okay, you can print the other copies off of the website. Okay, but the red copy, you have to have that one to go into their machines, along with the 1096. But otherwise, you pay the $50 penalty fine.
Oh, but the way she sounded was that they send them this master booklet, and you can print any of the copies in that form of the OID. I don't
but
know.
the red forms need to be machine scanned, and you can't do it when you print them out with a printer then.
Well, if they have the right type printer, they might be able to. I don't know.
You go online. They've got it's from the IRS that they give them.
Okay.
I'm going to check it out. I'll check it out tomorrow.
Send the link over, okay?
Well, I had to call the library. I had to call a couple libraries because they didn't all get the booklet. It didn't come in. So I'll find out tomorrow when I go there.
Okay.
Now, Patrick, I've been asked about the $5,000 frivolous filing fee, and the way I understand it, we would just turn that over and countersign it and send it in with a B copy of 1099-C, right?
I would just turn around and do a countersigning of it and do a counterclaim and claim it back and send it into the CID.
Oh, claim the $5,000 for yourself?
Yeah. Say that this is a fraud. This is a total fraud in the postal, perpetrated by the postal IRS.
Oh,
okay. The counterfeit IRS, and basically, I'd send it into Austin, Texas, is what I mean.
Right.
And just say, basically, sign the back of the document or whatever, and send it into them.
With an OID.
With a voucher.
And a voucher, okay.
No, with the voucher. You just send it in with the voucher.
Okay.
And claim that back. You do the counter signing and the counter claim on the back of it.
Okay. Good.
Do one and see what the hell happens, okay?
Sure.
Test the waters.
Yep, got someone who wants to do that. I'll work with them on that.
Okay.
And then the other issue that we've talked about, there are several people who we want to get out of prison for various things, the wrongful charges. And what we talked about the last time is they need to go find out the value of the bonds in their case, and then
they first need to do the counter the affidavit of who the hell you are, okay?
Okay.
They need to do an affidavit. Then they also need to do that document that I put up there about, just a second.
The court trump card?
Yes, the court trump card, and the other one about...
the undersignings?
Yeah, well, no, not
collateral?
Revoking?
the overt conspiracy
Okay.
document, the overt conspiracy of the 14th Amendment.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you do the American counter affidavit, and then you put in that trump card, okay? The trump card document pretty much addressed what needed to be done. Key statements to be given in a public court action or when interfacing with the public service. I revoke all public underwritings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then basically I am not a United States citizen. I am an American citizen. And you are a private American banker. And that basically they are operating in a conspiracy to defraud using counterfeit instruments. And you will take them into a civil court action to where now they will be exposed to the charge of treason. And they can go to jail both on conspiracy to defraud and using counterfeit instruments. You've got the hammer, and that's the hammer. But see, nobody. I mean, that thing is so damn powerful. If people would just look at it, and you have to be able to understand it. You have to study that and be able to reiterate what it's saying. You have to know the word definitions out there. So before you can just think you can just throw this thing at them and all of a sudden, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, it's over and done with. No. You have to be able to defend what you're saying and know what you're saying. Speak with authority. So look those documents over again, okay?
Right.
Go back and listen to what I said previously on these calls about these documents. I addressed this about getting people out of jail before using these documents. Okay, any other questions on that? Do you understand that, Tom?
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay.
And what I've talked to people about, I've actually said that same thing, that after they read it, they've got to actually sit down and be able to explain it themselves to someone who doesn't know about it, or they're not ready to use it.
Yeah, and basically they've got to get themselves into a full private banker situation before they have their full standing. Okay?
Yes.
You can't be standing with one foot in the sump hole while you're trying to pull somebody else out. You're going to slip and go right back into the full thing.
Okay. They got to become
You've got to have both feet standing on firm ground when you help try pull somebody out of the mud. Come on, people, wake up. Okay, any other questions on what we were talking about with the 1099s?
Yeah, I'm looking at the American International Banking Bill of Exchange, the new one that you put, the Banker's Acceptance Master Blank. And on the top where it says pay to the order and the amount says drawn to the offset the federal debt obligation per attached IRS 1099. So you're just canceling the debt with a 1099-C there, right? Because
no,
you're not. Is that
no.
an A for abandoned?
We're doing an offset for the federal debt obligation that is owed to us by giving them a 1099-A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
That's what we're really
it's already
doing.
there.
Or a 1099-B.
Okay.
See, you do the bill of exchange. Look at the template that I had up there about the 1099s. Okay? Yeah. You use the bill of exchange with either the 1099-A or the 1099-B.
Right. Okay.
And see, then this way it's canceling the debt that is owed to you in both cases. You're basically canceling the taxes in the process. You're bringing the taxes out to either for the 1099-B as a barter. So now you're not picking up the federal taxes. Basically, they're going over to that purchaser or to the seller as an offset for what he really owes back to, and then he will have to do the appropriate adjustment on his tax forms to do the set-off for the taxes. But you're out of the picture.
Right, and that's the way it was originally set up in America. The vendors, like the hardware store or the department stores, they were supposed to pay the tax as the privilege to be in business.
Yes.
But they switched it over to us.
No, because then people didn't see what was really going on because they never understood that they were the real de jure bankers of America. They were the government of America, not the corporations, not the Constitution. That is just a charter. They're not the full government. The people are the government.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
in this country, everybody just said, hey, you take care of that for me. I don't have the time to mess with that. Go ahead.
Yeah, you've said it enough time. If we listen to you over and over again, we'll get it. We just got to listen to all this calls over about 3 or 4 times, and it sinks in.
Okay.
That's all I've been doing. Okay, I understand what you need now. Like if you were going to use this bill of exchange, like you say, to go buy $1,000 worth of goods, you would use the 1099-B and do it all that way. Otherwise, if you just want to get money for yourself, you'd do an A.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, you want some pocket change. Basically, you're going to go down to the casino and basically you're going to try and act like a high roller. Complete idiot again.
We're giving our country back to the Indians.
Yeah.
At the casino. That's what, yeah. Hey, there's a casino here where I live. It's only been here for a few years. It's pulling down $240 million a year. That's almost $1 million a day.
Yep.
Adios money that just goes into the subterfuge. And these Indians are pulling. They're picking up checks for like $40,000 a month.
And they're probably blowing it just as fast too.
We got some neighbors that are Indians that are part of the casino, live about a block away, and the lady drives down the street, parks in the middle of the street. She goes, "Do you hear children crying?"
Yeah.
I think she's going nuts.
Now, see, I mean, if you really want to be, now that you see this, okay, you can turn around and do it, bill of exchange and acceptance, and send off $200,000 to a charity somewhere.
Yeah.
You send a 1099 B copy of the 1099-B along with it. And then let them deposit it into their bank. And see, you've already done the banker's acceptance on it. So now that bank is obligated to also process that accepted document in through their system to the Federal Reserve or the Federal Deposit Discount window to get the funds. It's just like a check drawn on a second bank.
Hey, Patrick, I'd like to revisit a thing. When we receive a 1099-C from a mortgage company because we're challenging the mortgage, we just simply turn around and do the set off.
Number one, you're challenging the mortgage, okay?
Yeah.
And basically you turn around and you send that back to them and you revoke that and say that this is, and basically you also let the IRS know that basically that is a fraudulent claim on their behalf. You run a copy of it and then turn around and send it back to them and with a letter. And also you need to do the countersigning on that mortgage.
Right. Because I need to redo the mortgage because we didn't do it completely correctly the last time.
Yeah. Should have been close enough, okay?
Yeah, we're close. Now, when we declare it as fraud, should we do the 211, 39, 49A and all of that, the W-9?
You can basically notify them that you will be pressing charges against them.
Okay.
Give them 3 days to honor and to contact you.
Okay.
After you've done this and done the countersigning as a banker's acceptance countersigning on the back of that mortgage.
Okay.
I'm giving them 3 days to reconvey the mortgage back in my, or not the mortgage, the
title.
The title back in my name and record it in the county clerk's office.
And rescind the lease. You really don't want that mortgage recorded there, okay?
No.
No. Why would you want it recorded in the public? Basically, then if it's recorded in the public, then they can turn around and tax you.
Oh, that's right too.
Yeah.
I just want it
clear title. You want it settled. I want clear title to this land.
Okay.
Then I will determine what I'm going to do with that title. If I'm going to register it or not, or keep it in the private. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Now, see, in this country, basically, it used to be when you bought and sold things, basically, you never did have a notary public. You didn't have to go down and have it reported at the county. You had two witnesses. I've seen these documents from back in the 1800s on a bill of sale for land. You had two extra witnesses, and that was it. For a long time, to have the owner of a vehicle, all you needed was the pink slip.
Yeah, they just want it for the taxes.
Yeah, they want another piece of valuable, and basically that's when they started jacking the prices of vehicles up past $2,500, to where now it was a valuable commodity that they could write bonds against, and then they turn around and get you to go out and buy insurance upon something that's already insured. How ludicrous is that? That's total insanity. But see, people aren't smart enough to figure that one out. Yeah, if the state's got the title to the vehicle, they're already writing bonds on it. Now, the only reason why you have to go out and buy insurance on that is to basically protect their bonds that they're writing against that vehicle, in case you smash it up for their benefit. When really their insurance bonds are supposed to be protecting that. They're supposed to be paying for the repair of that vehicle. Because they're the beneficiary of those bonds. I hope you guys are starting to see how this game is played.
Yes, we're seeing it, but we're still not experienced enough, so we forget a little bit and we have to come back and do it again. So that's just, as Stephen says.
You've got to stop thinking that it's all in the codes and it's all in the statutes. No, that's where it was hidden in there. But basically, for us in the du jour, our only remedy is to get the hell out of there and operate with the Articles of Confederation. That is our protection, treaty law, and the Declaration of Independence. And their charters cannot go after the master. And we are the du jour seat of government in this country. Not the civil United States of America, not the 14th secondary charter postal government. The only civil authority that they have over us is if we have violated basically one of the 10 Commandments and have caused harm or damage out here.
Patrick?
Yeah.
Can I
Go
clarify to make sure I understood correctly on when you were going over the form with the 1099 OIDs, where you had C's there, they should be referring to the OIDs in that section?
Yes, on step 3.
Yeah,
Send a copy of
step, and everything that was under the 1099 OID should be referring to a 1099 OID.
Not a C, and then just the copies of the OIDs.
Yes, it's a copy of the 1099 OID, the A copy of the OID, and then the B copy of the 1099 OID.
Yeah. Right. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. Then I got a question on the bill of exchange. Down underneath the cashiers, you got no checks, and you got it spelled C-K-E-C-K. Is there a reason for that, or is that just a typo?
Just a typo.
Under which one?
Where you
On
have,
your
you say pay us with no checks. You actually spell check with a C-K rather than C-H.
Yeah, we don't want any of those either.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't something that I was missing there, because I looked up the word and I couldn't find.
Just draw a line through it and initial and date it and put the correct letter above it. That's the correct way to make a correction on any legal document. Okay, you draw a line through it, you put the correction above it, and then you initial and date it.
Okay. And then
that will stand up in any court of law as a means of correction. Okay.
Okay. I just didn't want to be missing that there was something else there that I was overlooking.
Yeah. Okay.
No problem. The other question, when Patricia was asking about the county where it's recorded at, could we, in our counter demand or claim that they remove it from their books? Would that be the proper way to do that?
No, you would have to go into the county recorder and basically have that removed off of the book and basically state that that is now private property.
We can't make that a counterclaim that the mortgage company does that for us?
You can address it to them, but basically you should basically go down there and to the county recorder and have that moved off the books into the private after you have done the settlement. Okay?
Right.
The mortgage company ain't going to do shit for you, really.
Right. I know they say in their contract, if you read it, or their mortgage or whatever, that they're not going to pay for any of that crap or filing or re-recording or whatever, but
yeah,
if you read
be prepared that you're going to have to do it, and basically don't worry about it. You know where the funds are at to get the money now.
Right.
I got a comment for Marshall. This is Steve.
Yeah, go ahead.
What you could do is go to the Secretary of the State and have them do a search, whether or not county of or whatever county you are at, if they're registered as a corporation in the state. They're usually not. I've gotten certificates from my Secretary of the State that the Secretary of the State of California has searched and found no evidence or record of Placer County or County of Placer. So you go with that certificate and you tell them you want your land is now on the county, small c county, where it's supposed to be. It's not in Commerce anymore. It's been delivered to where it's supposed to be, and drop off a couple certificates that they don't even exist, that they're foreign and they're not even registered.
Yeah, and basically the other thing is, like I said before, you can go in there and basically make the claim that that certificate of title that they have for that property is a counterfeit instrument. It's not a clear title. It's just a certificate of title. So it's a counterfeit instrument, and that they are perpetrating a fraud, a conspiracy to defraud you in the process. And you will take them into a civil court action if need be. And basically, you'll see how fast you start getting some response.
And we make that part of our liquidation process, too, that we want the funds that bond's earned. Right?
Well, yeah, down the road, yeah. Okay. But basically on this one item, basically you could go into the recorder's office and get it removed off of the public ledger and put over onto the private ledger.
Okay.
That's what you really want. Therefore, once it's on the private ledger, they cannot tax it. Now you're going to have to go out and pay for the services out there with the sheriff's department, with the street department, whoever, the services that you want. Otherwise, when the cops get called, they're not going to come and service you. The only fair, right?
Right. Any more, guys?
Thank you, Patrick. This is a lot to absorb.
Okay.
Well, I think, with this nice document that you did today and then going over it again in detail, that helps us really understand it.
Yeah, well, basically that pulled everything together from last night, going back from studying the 1099 OID and then talking about it yesterday, and then bringing up the word barter in the process last night. That turned around and fired me up to look at the 1099B, and basically now we have all the ABCs, and then we have the OID as the backup.
Right.
And see, in the process, in doing this, as far as I can see, we will not have to do any 1040 or 1041 filings. Because there's no tax returns for us to get.
Right.
We've got them claimed with the 1099 OID, and we put a voucher in, so we get settlement with that. And then the other way, we're drawing it right out of the system by going to, with the bill of exchange, to the federal discount window to get the funds, or to have the funds transferred out of there over to buy an automobile or whatever with the 1099B.
Yeah, I think this is very clean. It's out of the public and very clean and.
Yeah, the whole process was that we were missing the fact that we are the banker and that we have to do the banker's acceptance. We're the superior banker. Our banker's acceptance is superior to any of their banker acceptances.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Looks good.
Okay. Go ahead and call them night then.
Thank you,
questions?
Patrick.
Thank you so much.
We'll make this work.
You guys take care, and thank everybody.
Okay, and you too.
One question.
Okay.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
ask Patrick one question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm the one that called about my daughter's death, and so I sent in to claim her pickup from the credit union. So they asked for an affidavit, which I sent, with 2 witnesses and my thumbprint on the stamp, and because I don't have a embosser yet. And I sent the death certificate, and I countersigned their statement. They sent it all back and said they could not accept my paperwork. I thought you had to always accept an affidavit.
Okay, who is this being sent to?
I sent it to a credit union to claim my daughter's pickup. She owed $15,000 yet on it after her death.
Okay, where's the pickup at? Does the credit union have it, or do you have it?
I have it.
You have it, okay?
Yes.
And you're going to try and do the set-off, okay? So, have you got a court order or anything saying that you are the executor over her estate?
Only with the EIN number.
Okay, you've got the EIN number. Now, have you done a Form 56 over her estate?
No.
Okay, you need to do a Form 56 and then also a Form 56F, because now her estate is an estate bank out there, and you're going to be the banker or the executor over that bank.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you have to do a Form 56F, and then you turn around and you do a 1099-C, you cancel the debt, and you do a countersigning on what is owed for that vehicle. So you take their instrument and you do the countersigning on it, and you put, okay, the counter, okay, as a banker's acceptance.
Okay, I did that with the EIN number on it.
Okay, but you also have to address that basically that was not necessarily under the EIN. It was under the Social Security number and the account number that basically that credit card was on.
Oh.
Okay, and then you also do a 1099-C, put that with it. Okay, sort of what I've got listed there. Okay, but you're going to do a couple other items there for support. Okay, and then you send that off, and on your countersigning, you're going to do a countermand on there and say that if this is not settled, you will take this into a civil court action against them under conspiracy to defraud and using counterfeit instruments.
Okay.
Counterfeit debt money is basically counterfeit money.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess, well, the sending the 56 and the 56Fs, I send that to the, no, I don't send those to Ogden, do I?
Well, you could, I'd send them to Austin.
Austin, okay.
And basically also to your AIQ office, and you can also involve the AIQ office in this process, too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where I wasn't sure where I sent, if I would send all this to the credit union or if I send it off to Austin.
Well, I'd send it back to the credit union, basically, but you need to come in there with the 1099 OID and also take that item, or you just turn around and do a bill of exchange for the full value and make the payment. And then you will say, and basically, I'm going to make the full payment, but basically I'm going to turn around and I'm going to take you into civil court action now. So I am reserving all rights to prosecute you.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm reserving all rights to prosecute you for fraud and conspiracy, banking fraud, mail fraud, and tax fraud. The three frauds.
Okay. Mail, tax, and banking.
Mail, banking, mail, and tax.
Okay.
Oh, we can have fun with this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Oh.
I mean, when you really start thinking about this, I mean, you can go any which way you want to because you are the du jour. You're the sovereign.
Mhm.
They're the servant.
Right. But
so whatever punishment you want to assign to them, you can.
Okay. Well, I was surprised they sent it back to me and said, even the death certificate, they wouldn't accept anything.
Yeah, and in a lot of cases, you got to the wrong place in there. You need to address that, basically up the ladder, at least to probably the chief financial officer.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, see, they've got, I mean, walk into a place, like a big corporation. I just watched a couple other movies, and basically the receptionist there, or the phone person, is supposed to be the buffer to keep all the riffraff away from the vice president or whatever.
Mhm.
And they'll tell you anything under the sun
Mhm.
to get you to leave.
Right.
Yeah, they're just testing you. Say, oh no, I'm staying here and I'm going to talk to them.
Mhm.
Give them the burning match back.
Yes. Okay?
Okay, well that helps me a lot.
Okay, hopefully.
And just a reminder, Carolyn, that's the advisory, insolvency, and quality. So, you know, you're being the banker and you're trying to make things solvent, and that office is for insolvency for your situation.
Mhm.
The AIQ should help you.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Well, the bill of exchange could do all of it easier, or would I still need to do the 56 and 56F and the 1099C and so forth?
Well, yeah, you probably should still do those, okay?
Okay.
Because you're going to need those down the road for closing her account down. But, yeah, just to get the thing cleared off, basically you can just go in and make the payment into them and process that. And then if they refuse that, then basically you're going to come back and say, okay, then there is no bill, and this vehicle is now free and clear. You've offered settlement, and basically if they refuse your international bill of exchange that has a banker's acceptance on it, and they refuse that, then basically there is no bill.
Okay.
Oh, see, yeah, there's numerous ways that we can start looking at this and hammering these people.
Mhm. Well, they didn't like it because I didn't have my affidavit notarized.
Yeah.
I just put down 2 witnesses plus my thumbprint.
You're keeping it private.
What?
You're keeping it private by not doing the note.
Yeah.
Right.
And she should include the 56 and 56F to the credit union, right? Because it's a deceit situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And see, basically, look at those Form 56 and 56F. There's no penalty of perjury on those.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is my first night on the call, and I wanted to find out how do I go and listen to past audios.
I'll let Tom tell you how to do that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tom. I'm going to take a break here. Okay.
Okay.
You guys want to continue on? I'll come back and see if you guys are still on the line.
Okay.
I got to take care of my mom right now.
Very good. Thank you. Have you joined the Yahoo group?
Yes.
And did you received a welcome email, right?
Yes.
It explains it in there.
But I've been on the Yahoo group for a minute, and I just went up there and I just found the number. I think it was yesterday, the phone number for this.
Yes, the phone.
And I've been trying to find the documents and the files.
Read the welcome letter again. It describes again how to use the Yahoo group. You're going to need to know how to use the Yahoo group because you find the files in the file section, and you find links to various things in the link section. Among the links in the link section are links to all the calls.
Okay, then. All right.
And
Thank you.
You will then also find in there that we have backed up all the files to another site, and you can retrieve the files there because some people are having difficulties with Yahoo because, Yahoo's falling apart. So we can't help that. And if you want, there's a way to download all the files from that backup site. It'll be almost a gigabyte of data. And so you can have all the files on your computer, and you can use the Windows or the DOS search command to find specific files with specific titles. And that's all outlined in the welcome letter. And if you can't find your welcome email, then look in the file section at the bottom, and the welcome letter is there also.
Okay.
And it's going to get mailed out every 2 weeks.
Okay, so I'm looking for the welcome letter.
Yes, the subject is welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you want to share your phone number with me, I'll call you later and I'll walk you through some of it.
Okay. Okay. All right, then. This was very interesting. Thank you. I do appreciate everything. It's a lot I don't know, and it's a lot of stuff that's new.
Yeah, probably what would really help you is listen to the calls of the past 2 weeks. Not only this, because we have calls on Sunday and Monday. Mm-hmm. So not just yesterday and today, but of the previous week, because that's where most of the changes have been made.
Okay,
Tom?
then.
Yes.
There's a way too if anyone prefers to listen on the phone. If you call, instead of using 1,000, call in using 1099, and then you can push various numbers. The prompts tell you to press pound for the last recorded, or you can press any number from 1 to 9. It'll give you the previous recorded.
Okay.
Call.
I should add that to the welcome letter. I didn't know that. I'll go back and look at the free conference calls site and pull that information out.
Make sure that what I just told you is, make sure that you guys
right.
that you know.
Yeah, so that you can listen to it over the phone as well as listening to it on your computer.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So everybody gets a welcome letter?
Yes, when you join the group now. I created that welcome letter about 10 days ago. So if you joined in the last 10 days.
Okay. See, I was in the group before 10 days ago.
Well, when I created the welcome letter, I also sent it out at that time. So it went out about 10 days ago.
Okay.
But just if you can't find it, it may be easier to look in the file section than to try to search through your own email.
Okay, then. All right, then. Thank you. I appreciate everything.
Okay. Very good.
All right, then. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Did you want to share your phone number with me or not?
Hello? Hi, I have a question.
Carolyn, are you still on?
Yes.
If you want help with your embosser, call Dan the Seal Man, and he'll help you get it.
Okay, who is that?
Dan the Seal Man.
Ben?
Dan.
Okay, the Seal Man.
The phone number, 408 741
Okay.
5500.
Okay.
And he'll help you lay it out and get it.
Okay. Well, I'm sure there'll be lots of questions on how to fill out each on the 56 and the 56F and all that, all the different.
The examples are pretty clear.
Are they? Okay.
Because he revised them, and I believe it's either in the current directory or the directory just before that.
Now, Tom,
you can figure that out by going to the file section, and where all the directories are listed, and instead of the alphabetical order, say latest first. So that'll give you the last two directories.
Oh.
Hey, Thomas, can we print those out? I mean, can we fill them out right online, or do we have to order the form?
You could Google. You're talking about the 56, right?
Yeah, 56F.
Yeah, just Google. Actually, I think you can do it as simple as F56 and F56F.
Yeah.
And it'll bring you the PDF right on the IRS site and bring it down. Now, if you try to do it in Adobe Reader, Adobe Reader won't save what you did, but you can print it.
Right.
If you have Adobe Acrobat, you can then fill it out and also save it.
Right.
If you have only Adobe Reader, you can go to pdfescape.com and download the file to there, fill it in there, and then save it.
Okay, pdfescape.com.
pdfescape.com.
Yeah, I'm going to see. I think it says you can save it if you have like Acrobat 7 or more or something like that.
That Acrobat is the Acrobat. That's not the Reader.
Oh, okay. So we want what it's not Reader. We want another one. You said Acrobat, right?
Adobe Acrobat is the Adobe software that will read and write.
Okay.
Adobe Reader will only read.
Right.
Or you get Nitro, or you go get Nitro PDF, or there's a couple other PDF.
Right, there's PDF Fill out there. It's a little cheaper than Nitro, but it's not as easy to use. But there is the program, Patrick. The PDFescape.com allows you to upload a PDF there and either fill it in or even edit or add text to a PDF, and then you can save it back down to your computer. I should add that to the welcome letter too.
Does it charge you?
No.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, they ask for $10, and that'll remove the ads. $10 a year to remove the ads, but I don't do that.
Yeah.
I got a big screen. I can handle it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
I came in kind of late onto the call, but I'm looking at this the 1099 document that was just posted today, the one with the instructions.
About using the 1099?
Yes.
Yeah,
all
okay.
of them. The see-through.
That's what Patrick was discussing tonight.
Well, I'm looking at the form, down at the bottom where it says 1099 OID, and I don't know if this is a typo or.
Yeah, there's a couple typos in there. There's a couple typos in there. It's all supposed to be 1099 OIDs, not 1099C or B.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
I see that then. I'm sure. I guess you mentioned that earlier on the call, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm looking at the 1099 OID process, and as I'm looking at it, I'm pretty much I can apply this process to my W-2 form, correct?
No.
Oh, no?
You only do this for what you have paid out of your back pocket.
What I had is on my W-4, I had 0 withholding, so they took out everything for federal, state, and local from my check.
Okay,
so
and you've got to get rid of that, okay?
Okay.
You've got to get in there and get the estate EIN and your foreign grantor trust EIN.
Yes, I have those.
Okay, you do have them?
Good.
Yes, I do.
Okay, then basically you should be operating out there in the private under your estate EIN, your foreign grantor trust EIN. Your foreign grantor trust EIN in the private.
So I would do the counter.
That makes you an exempt, okay? You're not operating under a Social Security number anymore. They can't withhold taxes on you.
So I just do the countersigning for each of these W-2s and send them back?
Well, basically, you're going to have to claim everything back at the end of the year, okay? But you need to go in and basically void out the undersigning on that W-2 or W-4 form that you gave them authorization. you have to establish a new W-4 form saying that you are an exempt.
I see.
That's if you want to continue working for them. You get this process understood, and you go out and start your own damn business.
So, but for this current W-2 I have right now, I will have to claim this back.
Yeah, you'll have to fill out a 1099 or a 1040 or 1041 form to claim that funds back.
So with my state EIN, then I can do a 1041 with that. Or since it's under the social, I would do a 1040.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then.
When you do the foreign grantor trust EIN, do you have to have a third party help you out, or can you do it yourself?
You can do it yourself. Everything out here is to be done on an individual basis. See, it goes back to the Declaration of Independence. That says independence. That means you are independent of one another.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, people have told me that you had to have a third party help you with that.
No.
Okay.
Stacy, that's so far-fetched. In the Bible, it says, by two you are to be known. Okay?
Right. Yes.
You're the president of the bank, you're the cashier of the bank, and you're the clerk of the bank.
Okay.
Or the clerk, the court clerk, okay?
Yes.
Sitting in limbo, waiting to come down and pounce on these people, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If they don't honor the president and the cashier.
Okay.
Then you bring in your clerk of the court.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, that's the three I ams. I am the president, I am the cashier, and I am the clerk.
Okay.
And I will do this to you.
In caps.
Thank you, Patrick.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drop off here. I'll catch you guys later. Okay.
See you later. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yep.
Tom? Tom?
Hello, is everybody already gone?
Hey, who's still on?
Is everybody already gone? Hello, hello.
I'm still on.
Oh, okay. I was listening in to the whole thing. I didn't call in, but listening in now, I got to go find the stuff from the welcome and find all the stuff, because the last time I went in the concurrence.com and Divine and Falls, and I couldn't get it. I got a bunch of other stuff, so I've been wanting to get all that, the latest, and download it.
Right. Are
So,
you getting emails from the group yesterday?
Yeah, I've been getting the email and stuff, but the problem I'm having is I'm not really savvy on computers, and I just got me a newer computer, and it seems to work good. And I'm on got Google Chrome, and I called it on Google Chrome, and they was talking about Skype, and I got that in here, but I haven't made one call in Skype because I don't know how to do it. But and they said something about having Skype calls in or something. And,
yeah, well, slow down. You got a pen and paper?
I got a pen and paper, yes.
Okay. You gotta send for the Skype.
I got what?
Do you have a Skype account or a Skype name?
Yeah, I did. I got a Skype account, but I haven't paid any money. And one fellow told me. Yeah,
you don't
one
pay any money.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you Skype, but I heard you don't call a phone number. You got to call like a handle, like a CV handle to get.
Yeah,
people.
what's your account name? Like John what?
Oh, well, I came in on the gmail.com. I think I used my Gmail as my account. I mean, I signed up for it, but this is what's confusing to me. I don't know what my account number is, so.
Well, it's not a number, it's a name.
A name? Well, I go by Don Little. My name is Don Little, so I would think that would be, but I go by Big Sky. I got Big Sky 1947 as my Gmail.
Is that your account name on Skype?
Well, I'm not really sure. I have to find out. All I know, somebody put it in my computer, and I hit the button called Skype, and it'll come up, and it's ready to rock and roll. But I don't know how to use the damn thing yet. I haven't made one call.
Let me slow you down.
Huh? What's that?
Whoever signed you up, they'll know what your account name is, and then you want to send TWIDLAR at Yahoo with your account name, and ask him to let you into the Skype group and to be on the Skype chat group. There's two things
okay. Well, let me get this down. I get somebody that's proficient at computers to show me how to get in there to do that. So what do I write down now?
Well, T. Whittler.
A what? I'm having
T. Whittler.
Okay, W.
TWIDLAR.
DWIDL. I got that.
TWIDLAR at yahoo.com.
Oh, TWD, ain't it?
No,
did you say
Tom Whittler?
Tom Whittler,
yeah.
And then I put I.
No, at. It says address.
N. Oh, N. And then what did I put? TWN.
TWIDLAR at like the at.
Okay, I got
email.
That. Okay.
At yahoo.com.
Oh, okay. Yahoo.com. Okay, let me read that back real quick. It's TWNID.
No.
Hey, I just got on late. This is Gita.
T.
Do you want me to say it for him?
Whittler.
Sure.
T for Thomas. WIDLAR. That's Tom Whittler. That's his first name is his first initial, and his last name is Whittler.
Oh, TWIDLAR?
Right. At, do you know the at sign?
Okay, I got that. I got it now.
At yahoo.com.
I got it. And that's what I actually typed to go into call him on Skype?
No, you have to, when you get on Skype, whoever set you up, they have to send him a message saying you want to be in the group. And
how do I do that when I...
Well, whoever set you up, can they help you do that, or do you need to do that?
Oh, no, yeah, well, I want to get somebody that's independent that has used Skype, because my Skype don't have a TV camera on it.
You don't have to. You don't have to. Just get the free Skype, and all we do is we do instant messaging like. We type it.
Okay.
We don't talk really. What we do is we send messages back and forth all day. I got on
it's
the
like
call
an email.
really late, so I missed the whole thing. I have to listen to the recording.
Oh, yeah, it's like an email service then.
Yeah, but it's live, so if you send me a message and I'm on the computer and I'm on
You
Skype,
can type me right back.
Yeah, I can type right back.
Okay.
Instantly, but you have to get TWIDLAR. He has to give you an invite. You know, you send an invite.
Oh.
And
So I would say, please.
No. Whoever is set it up for you, the Skype, the free Skype. You don't have to pay for it now. Make sure it's free. And just go through it and look at it. And who was talking before? I don't know who was talking before.
My name is Don.
I know Don.
I
know, but somebody else was trying to help you. But his
that was me, Tina.
I got it now.
Vandenbosch.
I just got to get somebody to help me.
Hold on, who?
Tom Vandenbosch.
Oh, hi, Tom. Oh, okay, another Tom. Yeah, because your voice sounds.
So are you guys just trying to help that one guy get on Skype or what? I thought he was already on Skype.
Yeah,
talking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang
Did somebody try to ping me?
No, somebody tried to call here too. It was Gitta was trying to help.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Tom.
I had a call back in because I hadn't turned off the recording and I wanted to post it. So that was me. That was me.
No.
Yeah, and everybody should read the welcome email. The welcome email says clearly how to get into the Skype groups.
Got it.
Okay, so otherwise we'll just let you do your stuff. There's no talking going on.
Well, yeah, I'll turn it off. You can keep on talking if you want.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I tried to in the welcome email answer all these. What do I do when I get here? Questions.
Right. There was a guy that was calling in, the guy with the kind of the hillbilly voice that he was trying to find out. But if he was on Skype, he must already have a microphone.
No.
He's classic, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think his name is Don.
I think he needs he's probably to go back into the hills and make some whiskey.
Go ahead, talk away, hillbilly guy. I love his voice.
Okay. I would like to try Skype because I'm calling on Google Chrome right now, and try Skype out. It might be a better phone service to call into the group.